I'm not gonna ask whether you're single or not, but let's say you're not single, you're in a relationship. Let's say you have a husband, right? And you find out that he watches porn. Is it gross to you as a woman or not? Or is it kind of a norm?
So honestly, it's not gross to me as a woman. But I do also have concerns about it.
It's not gross because you know that 99% of men do that.
Do it, yeah.
That's the only reason. And if the statistics were the vice versa, only like 10% do that, would that be gross to you? That your husband is like in that 10%?
No, yeah, I guess that would be weird. You'd be like, oh, why are you in the minority? But also I have in my past looked at porn. So, I mean, how can I judge too?
As a man, it's very hard for us to understand that women have porn addiction as well. We always think that it's only male stuff, which is not. It's the women's vice as well.
No, I mean, I never suffered from an addiction, but certainly, yeah, like we're all in our little boxes and, having a relationship yet less, and porn is right there. And, a woman doesn't get turned on visually in the way that a man does, but you can watch something and imagine, or that stimulates a thought or a scenario or something like that. And yeah, women do watch porn. I think these things, like you just said with your situation with your wife, I think these things kind of have to be worked out between couples. I mean, obviously, ideally, I don't think God wants us to watch porn. It's not a good thing. But
100%.
if there's also a difference between watching porn sometimes or watching porn together and an addiction. Maybe that's wrong of me to say. Maybe that's just inviting in the enemy. I don't know. But men are human, women are human. We struggle with these things. I struggle with the thing that we just talked about not posting for attention, not posting for male attention. That's what's addictive to women. And I think social media has heightened that in us. Like women love male attention. And when you post a photo on Instagram as just a decent looking woman, you get a lot of attention, and I don't think that's healthy for women's brains. And if you're feeling down about yourself, you just post a photo and you can put a filter on it too, and you will get an influx of male attention.
But if you don't, let's say you posted the same picture 6 months ago and you got 1,000 likes, and now you posted kind of a similar picture and you only got 200.
That'll mess with your head too. Yeah.
Big time.
So all of it is really unhealthy. And I struggle with that. And so I would hope for a man, listen, for the right man, I would just delete all of social media, honestly, even though I am very prolific on there. But if a man, I would want a man to understand that I struggle with that sometimes. I struggle with, looking a certain way or doing certain things for attention. And I would understand that, yes, men have this proclivity towards porn, so we're all human. But at the end of the day, I think probably none of this is good. Posting for attention on Instagram or looking at porn.
What was your biggest vice in your life?
My biggest vice in my life? I don't know. I have in the past, I don't drink anymore. I have in the past struggled with alcohol, which is just everywhere, and I have alcoholism in my family too. So it's hard. What else?
But have you realized once you got off the alcohol and it's sober for 3, 6, 9, 12 months, you feel, you don't even just feel amazing. You feel like a free human being.
Yeah. I do not have a desire to become drunk anymore.
The same thing is with pornography. Especially there is it's not a big movement yet, but I believe it's getting a lot of attention right now. So male, especially youngsters, 20 to 25-year-olds, they tend to stop watching pornography. And once they do that, once they realize that it does not control them and they can be without watching pornography 6, 12 months, etc., they realize how bad that was.
Yeah.
But you only realize that. How big of a chain did you have around your neck once you do those 6, 9, 12 months of sobriety from pornography?
It's like there's freedom and discipline.
Yes.
People think all this stuff is so puritanical, what we're talking about, and restrictive. But it's actually very liberating.
It's vice versa. It's like they're saying non-Christians or atheists, they say, so your God, Jesus Christ, forbids you almost everything, right? The vice versa. It makes life much more easier. The Bible, it's basically a book of rules. How should you live? How should you build a family? How should you have a relationship with God? How should you raise your children? Once you read the book, you get all the answer. You got these guidelines how to live your life. It's way much easier than just watching Netflix, watching TV shows, watching Instagram models, or
Watching porn.
or just porn.
Yeah.
Because this is distorted reality. But we tend to say, no, it's not. Pornography is sex. It's not sex at all. It's distorted sex. It's perverted sex.
Right.
And the studies show us that people tend, especially male, tend to start watching pornography with just heterosexual normal sex. Then they get harder and harder and harder and harder with the BDSM and all that stuff. So it's just a matter of time when we get perverted.
Yeah. Yeah, I've also heard about going down a rabbit hole of like trans porn and then men feeling as though they might be.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
Yes. I'm sure it's, maybe we're still looking into it. But yeah, that men will come upon porn and then be like, oh, I'm trans, as opposed to feeling it when they're younger, which is interesting. Yeah.
But how do you even know that if you're watching pornography that this woman is a woman, not a trans, right? they do surgeries right now. You can go to Thailand. There are lots of trans women, trans men, trans women. How do they call
What
them?
are they called? Lady boys in Thailand?
And they definitely look like women.
Yeah.
So every time, for Americans, it's not common to go on a vacation to Thailand, right? But for us Europeans, especially Eastern Europe and the Russian, Ukrainians, Lithuanians, we used to go to Thailand. And there is always a rule of thumb: when you go to Thailand, do not sleep with local women there. You never know,
they still have their male body parts, or they've cut them off. You would know when they took the pants down, right?
Or you would know after sex.
After? How is that possible? Oh, you mean...
She will tell you that I used to be a boy.
So she has a vagina. Surgery. Yeah. Ooh.
That's devastating. That's a PTSD 100%.
That's disgusting.
That's disgusting for 100%.